Up, people? Just came here to talk about the death of Gary Coleman. I know it happened a few days ago on Friday, but came to catch up on that a little bit. It was very shocking. I found it very shocking that he died. He died at 42 years old, even though he didn't have much tragic issues, almost like Michael Jackson did. But it was still a shock. I was surprised to hear that he died a little bit on Friday when it exactly happened, and I heard the news was live, and I think it was tragic how he fell down, hit his head. I heard many rumors that his wife pushed him down and decided to take her off life support, but I think that was, if it was true that happened, I think it was tragic. I think that was, even though he hated him, I think that was the wrong thing to do, to like abuse your hatred like that, to just take him off life support, and I think that was nuts. I don't know how, because I know he was on divorce court, had cameo appearance on divorce court, and had issues with his wife. I was surprised they were still married. I thought they actually like filed divorce or stuff like that, but I think it was a little bit tragic what happened for something like that to happen. Even in abusive relationships, it was hardly something like that to happen that they die. But most of that, Gary Coleman was an inspirational child star actor. He was a big influence on the child actors you see on television. You know, if I did plan on being an actor, I probably could have been inspired by Gary Coleman, but I think he was in an awesome show. He was a great entertainer. I think many people, he had the best known role on Different Strokes before jumping to other programs like other shows like Jamie Foxx or the Wayans Brothers, and he was on John Cena's music video Bad Bad Man. Wrestling fan John Cena. He was on the video Bad Bad Man with the Chain Gang, and I think that's like my favorite part of Gary Coleman, when he worked with John Cena, the rapper. Gary Coleman did look younger, but he was actually older than John Cena, so I think it's the high build, so much irony. Like Triple H is bigger than Shawn Michaels, except Shawn Michaels older, but most part of that, I think Gary Coleman had the best roles. He's still exciting. We still see him recently, and I think it was shocking that he died. It was shocking that he went through so much. Like, he had to wear a special belt. He bought toys and lived in a bootleg apartment. I say bootleg. My brother said bootleg, but he lived in a bootleg apartment. I think it was kind of tragic that he went through a few tragic stuff, but with confrontation with his wife, and I don't know if he had children, but for the best part, he probably didn't have any children. It was a tragic part from the hit his head. He had blood transplant issues, and then they just pulled the plug. I don't know. Also, rumors that he didn't invite his parents over or any other family members, maybe at least relatives if he had no brothers and sisters, mostly for at least relatives too, like cousins and stuff. That was kind of tragic. I think it was tragic for that to happen, that he just pulled the plug. I think many people say, oh, she should be in jail and stuff. I don't know if it's true, but if I find out it's true, it's very tragic. He's the second cast member of Different Strokes to be dead. Conrad Bain is actually alive at like 87 years old. I'm surprised he's still alive. I thought he died or something, or I thought he was a lot older, but yes, he's still alive. Dana Pilato committed suicide, and then also her son killed himself too. After Mother's Day, it was very tragic to have his mom killed himself, and I think it was kind of shocking too. I find it shocking that he killed himself at 25 years old, because I know he lived with his grandmother getting custody of her, and I was a little bit shocked to hear that he killed himself too. And I think it's kind of hard to live life with your on Mother's Day with your own mother killing yourself, but I don't know how it did much, but I find it very shocking that she died of an overdose. But many people say she committed suicide, but I think it was they committed suicide because of an overdose, because I know Terrell Owens had an overdose, but he was still alive. So I think it was a crazy situation for him to, I don't know what else I liked for him to be in his shoes, for him to just put a bullet through his head and just boom, just ended his life there. And I think that's a tough permanent decision for him to kill himself. But unfortunately, I was very shocked about that, to hear it on the news recently. And I think I don't know if he's a cast member of Different Strokes, but I think now with you see Todd Bridges now recently on Everybody Hates Chris, so you see him still around. He's still normal, and I think Todd Bridges is okay, even though he took cocaine. But hey, you still see him around. He's still very normal. I just hope he doesn't die either, and I hope he doesn't die anytime soon like Gary Coleman did. I think it was a little bit surprising for that to happen for Gary Coleman to die. So he's still an inspiration now, and I think there should be a lot of memories regarding Gary Coleman, especially like a Different Strokes marathon, one of his best shows. And I think Different Strokes will like really rock the house. One of the best interracial shows, with interracial family being adopted by a billionaire, a widower as a billionaire, and as his daughter was an only child, she becomes psyched about having two brothers and officially becoming a family. And I think it builds so much of how about racial society, and I think that as it took place in the 70s, as the racial issues of whites only, blacks only began to fade off, I think it was I kind of consider it kind of a dark comedy, a little bit of a dark comedy about, you know, racial jokes and stereotypical stuff, but the show is still the best comedy of all time, and I think it was the best inspirational actor for Gary Coleman. But I don't know about Gary Coleman's personality. I think what I've been hearing is stuff that he was selfish, he was self-centered, telling people to buzz off and stuff, and especially he emancipated from his parents, and I think that was tragic too. A tragic, shocking for him to die, and I think it was a tough life for him along the road as child actors. Like, I don't know what's up with child actors, they have all these issues, but for the best part, all I have to say is rest in peace, Gary Coleman. Wish you well, and let's just hope that the future can still go on to see what's going to happen with Gary Coleman, his family, and his wife. Peace.